say about the EBR process. The letter, which is in the press kit and also on the website, which I mentioned already, to Gord Miller and the Minister of Municipal Affairs et al. That gives you a 3-4 page summary of what the EBR application is about, and then the longer details are included in the full application. So that's all I want to say about the EBR application. I do want to make some very short closing remarks. Sort of as from my perspective, and I should say that I've been working on energy and environmental law for, well, really since I was an undergraduate in the late 1970s. It's been a frustrating process. I mean, we 2 steps forward, 1 step back, sometimes, 1 step forward, 5 steps back. And lately it feels more like the 5-step back process. But this I see as this is a couple of steps forward. If we can move this forward, we could move 10 steps forward, I think. But so as I see it, the main advantage of paper is that we get a chance to repair things and preserve the existing infrastructure of buildings and houses in, say, all across the older part of Toronto, all across older parts of cities in Ontario and Canada. And I'm going to give you a very specific example. In March of last year, I bought a house in Peterborough. I was a student at Trent, and I love Peterborough. I know, you're all thinking, why Peterborough? But I bought this old house in Peterborough. I had a bad inspector, because he failed to alert me to the fact that the kitchen downstairs has no insulation on the ceiling or on the side of the house. So I have a bunch of tenants who live in my house, and they affectionately call, actually I call the room the freezer. I have a kitchen in my house that's a freezer. And now the good news is this: I registered for the Eco Energy Audit Program in early January. So I'm able to get an audit done under the federal program, and I'm having that done on Friday. What I wanted to say is I'm going to be potentially a beneficiary of that program. If I was able to take advantage of something like paper, I would really be able to do a fabulous job renovating and making sure that space was designed the way I would love as an environmental and energy lawyer to do it. I'm not sure. I'm basically going to make I'm going to do my best to make sure the facility that house is brought up to a higher standard, because right now I have a kitchen that's useless in the winter unless I heat it with electrical heat, which is costing me a fortune. So I just mentioned that as an example of the kind of problems that homeowners face all over Canada. The problem with this space was that it was a porch and it was made into a kitchen because obviously the previous homeowner needed more space for their family. So good intentions, but they created a solar cooker in the summer and a very cold storage room in the winter. So I just mentioned that as a very practical example of the kind of problems that homeowners can encounter. I think the paper program is perfectly designed to address that, and it would be a very powerful tool to enable people like myself to do the right thing. And I do want to do the right thing. And I think there are literally hundreds of thousands, probably millions of Canadians who would like to do upgrades to their house to improve their energy efficiency, to reduce their energy bills, but they just don't feel they have all the tools, they don't have the resources. So we think that if this initiative was implemented, if paper was promoted, what we'd end up with is a tremendous reservoir or number of architects and trained people in Canada who would convert our existing housing stock into a leading edge housing stock that will take us through the 21st and into the 22nd century. And that's where we need to head, because for all the reasons that Bill and Sonia have already outlined, it's our responsibility to future generations to fight climate change and to do our part. We've been doing a not great job. And with that, I'll end my comments and invite questions from those of you who may have any. So thank you.